ensure that I get to hear about your question. If you do ask a question, perhaps you'd just like to announce yourself before you start. Yes.
Yes, my name is Elijah Granite. I'm a bar student, soon to be dual barrister. My question is in response to Professor Bogdanor's presentation, and I think the question is essentially a trust and content of how you get a good constitution. And if tomorrow there were an act that said Professor Bogdanor was writing the constitution, I would support it wholeheartedly. But I do wonder if there is any group, constituent assembly or selection of anyone who could have legitimacy and also competence to write a constitution for the UK.
This is a very fundamental question you've raised, and it requires these days popular involvement, both at the formative stage and at the endorsement stage. A constitution is a long-term project, and I've tried to suggest in what I said that we should begin with a charter on devolution and also much greater defence of human rights. I would like to see the European Charter as our own Bill of Rights. I think it's a really excellent document. If you're going to have a constitution, you first need a process of public education, which would be achieved by the equivalent of a royal commission, which would prepare an agenda and would travel around the country. There will be evidence sessions and so on, so that you get a public opinion which is favourable to a constitution. When that happens, it would be drafted, obviously discussed in Parliament in great detail, and then be subject to referendum. And I suspect, although we're not a federal country, it will probably need majorities in all four parts of the country. That's what I would propose. It's a very long-term project. I think devolution is more urgent, to have a charter that makes clear the rights and the respective rights and responsibilities of Westminster and the parts, which is what the Welsh government suggested. And we wouldn't want necessarily to go into a quasi-federal relationship as they suggest, but at least to clarify the relationship further.
Thank you. Other questions? Well, let me come straight in. Patricia,